Welcome to the Living Wisdom YouTube channel. Our topic today is an intuitive approach to life. If you've ever wondered what is an intuitive approach to life, then you've come to the right place, because we're going to describe that intuitive approach to life in this particular episode. An intuitive approach to life is an approach to life in which we follow our heart. An intuitive approach to life is a self-referral approach to life, in which we listen to the deepest impulses of our own heart, and we follow in the direction that those deepest impulses lead us. The primary wisdom that we have within us is intuition. Intuition actually is located at a very fine level of feeling. It's very close to that level of unbounded awareness. It's a level of a knowledge which transcends speech. And usually an intuition just comes. We may not know how or why it comes, but it's just a feeling about what we should do. And an intuitive approach to life is a habit that enables us to listen to those deep inner cues and to follow where those cues lead us, and to also be able to understand whether nature is supporting that direction or not. There's a beautiful quotation by René Descartes. He says, "Intuitive knowledge is an illumination of the soul, whereby it beholds in the light of God those things which it pleases Him to reveal to us by a direct impression of divine clearness," end quote. So this is just an idea that intuition really comes from a divine level of knowingness, which exists deep within us. And if we become capable of listening to those inner cues, then we may find that we're moving in a direction which is really supportive and which brings us much greater happiness and fulfillment in our lives. Another beautiful quotation about intuition is by Paramahamsa Yogananda. And I quote, "Intuition is the discriminate faculty that enables you to decide which of two lines of reasoning is right. Perfect intuition makes you master of all," end quote. So that's a quotation by a great saint. He says, perfect intuition makes you master of all. And an intuitive approach to life is a simple, natural, and easy approach in which we don't go by outside prompts. We go by a self-referral inner feeling. We have a desire, and then we let go, and we trust in nature to take care of the details. So we move forward with a trusting attitude. We're not weighed down by fear or anxiety or worry. We just have a trusting attitude that we know that the universe will take care of the details. We have a desire, we let go, and then we start moving in the direction in which our heart leads us. And we can tell if nature is really supporting that direction or not. We can tell by the cues that the environment is giving us whether the environment is supporting the fulfillment of that desire or not. And Lao Tzu, the great Taoist philosopher, has said, and I quote, "A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. A good artist lets his intuition lead him wherever it wants," end quote. So like the good artist, an intuitive approach to life is like letting the intuition lead us where it wants, and then feeling and listening to the cues from nature to see if nature is supporting that desire or not. And Lao Tzu also says, and I quote, "The power of intuitive understanding will protect you from harm until the end of your days," end quote. So that's the intuitive approach to life. He says that it will protect us from harm until the end of our days. So that's just a feeling that intuition is a higher wisdom. It's a sense of knowingness, and it's an inner guidance that comes from deep within. It's the ability to sense things at a deeper level. And if we can sense the feeling of where we should go in our lives, that intuitive approach to life will be something which leads us in a direction which usually will bring us much greater happiness and much greater fulfillment. And I'd like to read you this fragment from a poem by Robert Barrett Browning. And I quote, "Truth is within ourselves. It takes no rise from outward things. Whatsoever you may believe, there is an inmost center in us all where truth abides in fullness." End quote. So that's the feeling of intuition. It's an inmost center where truth abides in fullness. And Maharishi says about intuition and about just living a life full of naturalness. He says enjoy life, enjoy it now. Don't worry about the future. Enjoy this day. It is life. Every day is life. It's not that we pass over the present for some glorious future. When we live in the present, nature works out our destiny. Live simpler form of awareness. That itself is the mechanics of the success of the future. Life must be lived in its fullness every day, every hour. Complications don't lead us anywhere. So that's the idea that life has to be lived simply, naturally, and easily, and we shouldn't worry and we shouldn't complicate our lives with anxieties about the future. We should just live in the present and enjoy each day, because happiness is really the path to fulfillment, and happiness is really of utmost importance in terms of being successful in anything. And I'd like to read you this beautiful quotation by Maharishi about being happy. Enjoy your life and be happy. Being happy is of the utmost importance. Success in anything is through happiness. More supportive nature comes from being happy. Under all circumstances, be happy, even if you have to force it a bit to change some long-standing habits. Just think of any negativity that comes at you as a raindrop falling into the ocean of your bliss. You may not always have an ocean of bliss, but think that way anyway, and it will help it come. Doubting is not blissful and does not create happiness. Be happy, healthy, and let all that love flow through your heart. And that's the secret of the intuitive approach to life. Being happy, being easy, being natural, living in the present moment, trusting the universe to take care of the details, and being completely self-referral, and not basing our life on the whims of others or the outside prompts of others. We must follow our inner guidance and move in that direction and listen to see if nature is supporting the fulfillment of those desires which unfold from deep within our own being. So that is the intuitive approach to life, which I wanted to share with you today. And be sure to press the subscribe button and follow us so that you can be notified of all our future episodes. And I'm so glad you were able to come today. I look forward to sharing with you much more in the future episodes. All the best.